Think and Grow Rich is a successful self-help book written by American author Napoleon Hill and first published in 1937. The main purpose of the book is to teach readers how to develop the right mindset and behavioral patterns to achieve wealth and success. In this book, Hill summarized the secrets and principles of success through interviews and studies of 500 of the most successful people of his time. He believes that success is not accidental, but can be achieved through a series of behaviors and ways of thinking. In the book, he proposed some basic principles of success, such as self-confidence, goal setting, creativity, determination and perseverance. In addition, Hill proposes the law of imagination, that is, by imagining yourself in a successful situation to motivate yourself to achieve your goals. He also explores the common characteristics of successful people, such as love of work, focus on goals, positive thinking, decision-making, and creativity. Think and Grow Rich is estimated to have sold more than 60 million copies worldwide, and it is not an exaggeration to call it the granddaddy of motivational books. Although it was written 100 years ago, the book is still inspiring and helpful to those who want to pursue success, so it's no wonder that it has been on the bestseller list for motivation. The author has spent more than 20 years researching and condensing the success experiences of hundreds of celebrities, including Carnegie and Roosevelt, into 13 universal rules in this book, hoping to inspire readers and hoping that they can follow the guidelines in this book and put them into practice in their lives, so as to achieve a more affluent and fulfilling life. One of the most fascinating aspects of the author's writing style is the way he uses plain language to explain the right way to attract wealth. You have to see the goal in your mind first, and then turn it into reality. This book will not only help the reader to become rich, but also to fulfill any desire in life. There is a self-assessment scale in the book, which allows readers to assess their own strengths and weaknesses, so that they can change their personalities and mindsets, and remove all the obstacles on the road to success. Every year, tens of thousands of readers follow the steps in this book to achieve financial independence and a better life. Napoleon Hill is a world-renowned success guru and best-selling author. He was born on October 26, 1883, in Wise County, Virginia, into a poor family on the Pound River. As a teenager, he was very rebellious and was a 100% problem child, with a violent personality, a tendency to lie, and a lack of discipline. This may have been caused by the tragic death of his mother when he was 10 years old and the loss of her love. 2 years after her death, his father remarried, and his stepmother loved him and gave him the most care and encouragement. Later, Napoleon Hill recalled his stepmother. Napoleon Hill later recalled his stepmother as saying, "My stepmother always encouraged me to rely on my own strength, to formulate bold plans, and to go forward. Such plans proved to be the backbone of my career. I'll never forget her teaching me that when you inspire others, make them confident." Inspired by his stepmother, Napoleon Hill was transformed from a rebellious boy to a young man. From a rebellious boy, Napoleon Hill became a great man who influenced the world. At the age of 18, Napoleon Hill quit his job as a coal mine manager. At the age of 18, Napoleon Hill quit his job as a coal mine manager to study law at university, and at the same time worked for a magazine as a reporter, but his income was barely enough to pay for his education. His job was to interview a series of successful people and report on their fortunes. It was this job that started the change in his life. He had the honor of interviewing Andrew Carnegie, the Steel King. He was honored to interview Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate. During the interview, Carnegie realized that Napoleon Hill was a man of great talent. During the interview, Carnegie realized that Napoleon Hill was a moldable person, and inadvertently revealed to him the secrets of his own success, and suggested that he should study successful Americans. As a result of Carnegie's encouragement and guidance, Napoleon Hill began to study Ford, Roth, and the other successful Americans. Napoleon Hill began to study successful people such as Ford, Roosevelt, Rockefeller, Edison, and Bell for more than 20 years. Finally, he summarized the secrets of success into 17 rules of success, and wrote a book to serve as a guide for those who wish to achieve success. In 1937, he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, which is estimated to have sold at least 60 million copies worldwide, and is an enduring classic of motivational success. His book is not only a monument to his personal achievement, but also a model for modern motivation. Napoleon Hill passed away in November 1970, but his influence on the world has never waned. The 13 rules of success teach you to turn desire into action, step by step on the road to wealth, and live a semi-retirement life faster than others. When a man truly desires something, he will gamble on his future at all costs, and he will get it. Edison. The author provides 13 platinum rules of success to help you think over and practice them to achieve financial freedom. 1. Passionate desire. The determination to go for broke will turn into a firm idea that will motivate you to come up with a concrete plan of action. Have you ever wanted something? I was excited about the concept of financial freedom last year and have been fantasizing about the day when I don't have to earn money through labor. I calculated the amount of money I need to save for early retirement and set up a 10-year retirement plan, and even though it seemed too big and difficult to implement, I still believed I could do it. Desire is the first thing. 2. Build confidence. Confidence allows you to do whatever you want. Do you know how powerful the subconscious mind is? When confidence is combined with an impulse of thought and energy to the subconscious mind, it creates a powerful force that allows you to achieve your goals. Have you ever been at the end of your rope and come out on top? When you believe you can do it, luck will be with you. 3. Self-suggestion. Self-suggestion is a medium of communication that transmits the results of conscious thought to the subconscious mind, which is responsible for generating action. Both positive and negative thoughts are transmitted to the subconscious mind, which in turn affects the direction of your life. When you set a goal and think you can't do it, you really won't succeed because subconsciously you don't believe in yourself. By sending positive energy to your subconscious mind through self-suggestion, it will sense your eagerness and help you achieve your goal. Every day, you will tell yourself in your mind, I want to be rich and free in 10 years. I even simulate my life after wealth freedom in my mind. No matter how much people scoff at me, it will not affect my mind. I believe in my own desire to achieve my goal, rather than proving my self-worth by doing things to others. 4. Utilize professional knowledge. Knowledge by itself does not attract money unless it is properly organized, used, planned, and acted upon, and the use of knowledge creates results. Of course, it is impossible to be successful with ideas alone without practicing them, and it is terrible to be stuck in the status quo without knowing how to change it, without knowing how to examine one's own shortcomings. Once you've set a goal, you need to make a plan to execute it, and learn any tools that can help you reach your goal faster. After deciding to pursue wealth freedom, I thought about how to increase my active income and speed up the time to convert it into passive income. I read countless investment books to increase my knowledge in this area, and then I started to put it into practice by investing in the stock market. Remember that the premise of investing is that you have to learn and understand the operation behind it, and then find a way to do it that suits you, so don't follow the crowd and get involved in something you don't understand. 5. Stimulate the imagination. Imagination can accomplish all impossible tasks. All inventions are made through imagination, and no one will believe in their feasibility until they have taken shape and come to fruition. Put your desires and goals into words. It will be a set of planner, any wild ideas can be recorded, and one day it will work. Imagination is like a muscle, can be improved through practice. Do not let the voice of the other side to limit your potential. 6. Make plans with clear rules and regulations. Make a clear plan to realize your aspirations. Recruiting like-minded people, absorbing each other's strengths and analyzing each other's weaknesses can make the plan clearer. Even if the plan fails, it only means that there is something wrong with the plan, not that the goal is not feasible, so it is just a matter of revising the plan. For example, I can allocate my salary into various items to match my goal, and every payday, a fixed percentage of my salary will be transferred to my investment account, living expenses, and emergency reserve, instead of using my monthly balance to judge how much I should invest and how much I should save. 7. Make up your mind. Make something first and then tell the world about it. Don't talk about it in front of everyone except for like-minded people. Some people will try to be humorous and sarcastic, or even just don't want to see you succeed. Often, these people will influence your decision and shake your mind, so stay away from them. Once you've made up your mind, start making it known by taking action. Talk is better than action. Keep a humble heart at all times, and always question and examine your own shortcomings and improve on them. 8. Perseverance. All accomplishments begin with desire, and the main cause of failure is a lack of perseverance. Each stage, whether smooth or difficult, is the nutrients that make you who you are. Nothing is easy, but we often only pay attention to the results and ignore the efforts under the table. Every sweet fruit has to go through a bitter stage. 9. Utilize the power of think tanks. Find partners to energize your program. Everyone is unique and specializes in different things, so if you can get to the heart of the matter through the eyes of others, you'll get twice the results with half the effort. Don't overlook the power of brainstorming and cheering each other on. 10. Understand the mystery of the transformation of sexual desire. Turn passion into creativity. Sexuality is the transformation of physical needs into emotional and mental power, not just physical sensuality. It is often said, behind a successful man, there is a woman who supports him silently. The opposite is also true. Increasing your motivation through the emotional support of your significant other is one of the most important reasons to stay on track and keep going. 11. Developing the subconscious. The subconscious mind is a field of consciousness, where every thought and impulse that passes through the five senses is categorized, recorded and filed, and can be retrieved when needed. The subconscious mind is a bit like an operating system that works silently behind the scenes. Even though you are not using the program, it is still operating and silently influencing you. The information that is instilled in the subconscious mind is very important, and if you are constantly thinking negatively, the results will often be negative. Depending on how close they are, some members of an entire family are very likely to have similar mindsets and thinking. Grandparents instill ideas in their children, and the children pass them on to the next generation, indirectly limiting each other's lives. If your parents keep saying, "We're not rich, and we're not going to be rich," it will be ingrained in you. This concept will also be embedded in your subconscious mind, making it impossible for you to become rich. Don't worry. Positive thinking can be changed through practice, so let's clean out your subconscious, brush away the negative thinking, and put in the positive thinking. 12. Understanding the power of the brain. The brain is a broadcasting and receiving station for ideas. As long as it is utilized well, the human brain has unlimited possibilities. It is the processor of one's consciousness and rational thinking, receiving and integrating external stimuli and converting them into energy. Combine the concept of a think tank with the sharing of knowledge in point 9, and let the brain's energy be utilized to the fullest. 13. Believe in the sixth sense. The sixth sense is subconsciously referred to as the creative imagination and is also known as the receiving facility, which is used to transmit ideas, plans, and flashes of thoughts in the mind. The sixth sense can help us to recognize danger or discover sudden inspirations, and we can feel our way by imitating others. Have any celebrity stories inspired you? By imitating and learning from others, you will be motivated to become successful in your life. All achievements, all wealth, all come from one idea. Napoleon Hill. The 6 steps to turn desire into wealth. There are 6 clear and practical steps to turn desire into wealth. Step 1. Set a number in your mind. It's not enough to say, "I want to make a lot of money." Set a specific number. Step 2. Specify the price you are willing to pay to achieve your goal. There is no such thing as getting something for nothing. Step 3. Set a specific date by which you will own that wealth. Step 4. Create a clear plan for realizing your desire and put it into action immediately, whether you are ready or not. Step 5. Write a clear and concise statement. Detail the amount of money you intend to earn, set a deadline, describe the price you are willing to pay to reach your goal, and clearly describe how you will accomplish your plan step by step. Step 6. Read this statement out loud every morning and every evening. Once before going to bed, and once after waking up in the morning. As you recite and read it aloud, you will feel and believe that you are ready to possess this wealth. It is very important that you actually follow and practice step 6. If you are really desperate for money, the desire will become an obsession and you will have no trouble convincing yourself that one day you will have money. The purpose of these 6 steps is to get you to desire wealth, so that you can develop the determination to achieve it and convince yourself to believe that your dream will come true. Only those who have a wealth consciousness can become rich and wealthy. Wealth consciousness means that one desires to be rich so wholeheartedly that one can see that one is already rich. These instructions may seem impractical to those who do not understand the principles of human mental activity, but if they knew that this is a tenet of Andrew Carnegie's own teachings, they would not be able to understand it. But they would be converted if they knew that it was Andrew Carnegie's own creed, and that he started out as a steel mill laborer, from humble beginnings, and made his billion-dollar fortune by applying these principles. Edison endorsed the 6 steps, agreeing that they are not only essential to accumulating wealth, but also fundamental to achieving any goal. These steps don't require you to work hard or make sacrifices, they don't make you an exaggerated, ridiculous fool, and they don't need to be accompanied by advanced knowledge to be practiced. However, if you want these 6 steps to work, you have to have a wild imagination so that you can see and fully understand that accumulating wealth is not dependent on chance, happenstance, or luck. You have to realize that all wealthy people start by dreaming big, wishing big, thinking big, expecting big, and planning big before they actually make it. Anyone can change their life through self-suggestion. Self-suggestion refers to all the instructions and stimuli that come to our mind through our 5 senses. In other words, self-suggestion is when you give yourself a suggestion. Self-suggestion is a communication medium that allows the results of conscious thought to be transmitted to the subconscious mind, which is responsible for generating action. The thoughts that a person chooses to hold, whether negative or positive, can be influenced by self-suggestion by transmitting them to the subconscious mind. Human beings are born with absolute control over which thoughts reach the subconscious through the 5 senses, but I don't mean that we all use this control all the time. Most of us don't exercise it, which explains why so many of us remain impoverished. Recall from the previous chapter that the subconscious mind is like a fertile field which, once it has not been seeded with valuable crops, becomes a wasteland of weeds. Self-suggestion is a medium of control through which each person can choose whether to nourish the subconscious mind with creative thinking or to let destructive thoughts run wild. The final step is to recite a written statement out loud twice a day, and then you will see and feel that you are ready to possess this wealth. By following the instructions to the letter, you will be able to send your desire for fulfillment directly to your subconscious mind with absolute confidence. By practicing these steps over and over again, you will automatically develop good habits that will help you transform your desire into wealth of equal value. Emotional desire statements move the subconscious mind. When you're looking to create a wealth consciousness by reciting a longing statement out loud, it doesn't help to just recite it out loud, you have to put emotion or feeling into the words. Your subconscious mind will only recognize and react to thoughts that incorporate emotions or feelings. This is so important that it needs to be repeated in every chapter. It is precisely because most people fail to understand this correctly that they fail to achieve the desired results when applying the principle of self-suggestion. Plain, unemotional phrases have no effect on the subconscious mind, and unless you learn to communicate to the subconscious mind thoughts or phrases that inspire confidence, you will not be able to achieve significant results. Don't be discouraged if you can't control or channel your emotions on the first try. Remember, there's no such thing as a free lunch, and developing the ability to communicate to and influence your subconscious mind can't be done overnight. You have to pay for it. You have to pay the price, even if you want to cheat, because the price of developing this ability is the consistent and persistent application of the principles outlined in this book. The ability to apply the principles of self-suggestion depends in large part on the ability to focus on a craving until it becomes an obsession that won't go away. Focus on the desire until you can actually see wealth in front of you. It is essential to apply the principle of focus as you set out to fulfill the instructions related to the 6 steps. As you begin to realize the first of the 6 steps, which instructs you to set a specific number in your mind for your desire, focus your mind on that number, or you can close your eyes and concentrate on it until you can actually see the money in front of you. Do this at least once a day. As you practice this procedure over and over again, follow the instructions given in the previous chapter, Faith, so that you can see clearly that you really do have the money. The important thing here is that the subconscious mind will take any instruction given with firm confidence and act accordingly, but these instructions often have to be repeated before the subconscious mind can fully interpret them. You might consider playing a set of tricks on the subconscious mind so that it will believe them as a matter of course. This is done when you truly believe that you have a fortune shining in front of you, just waiting for you to reach out and take it. In this case, your subconscious mind will be instrumental in getting you there. Put this idea in the hands of your imagination and see what it comes up with and what actions it takes to help you create a realistic plan to turn your desire into accumulated wealth. Instead of waiting for a definite plan to emerge and then offering services or goods in exchange for wealth based on that plan, you should immediately begin to draw a blueprint of the wealth you already have, and at the same time, command and expect your subconscious mind to come up with one or more of the necessary plans. As soon as the subconscious mind comes up with a plan, it must put it into action. They may be blessed to the heart like the sixth sense, or what we call inspiration. Think of it as a direct message from infinite wisdom: respect the necessity, and act the moment you receive the inspiration. If you're a few beats behind, you may not be successful from that moment on. The fourth of the 6 steps instructs you to create a clear plan for realizing your desires, and whether you are ready or not, put it into action right away. You should follow this instruction in the manner described in the previous paragraph. As you build your plan, don't trust your reason because it's flawed. Worse, your reasoning function may be lazy, and if you rely on it to function at all, you may one day be disappointed. When you close your eyes and picture in your mind the wealth you want to accumulate, you must see yourself providing a service or delivering the goods you intend to supply in exchange for that wealth. This is very important. 3 steps to stimulate your potential for wealth. Find a quiet place, preferably in bed in the dead of night, where you will not be disturbed or interrupted. Close your eyes. In order to let yourself hear clearly, please repeat out loud the statement in the form of words. The content is the amount of wealth you are determined to accumulate, to achieve the deadline, as well as in exchange for this wealth, you are determined to pay for what services or goods. As you carry out these instructions, it is as if you are already in possession of the wealth. For example, let's say you want to have $100,000 saved by January 1st, 5 years from now, and you're willing to provide personal services and get a job as a salesperson in exchange for this wealth. You'd have to write this down in black and white, and it would look something like this. As of January 1st, 2002, I will have saved $100,000. During this period, this money will accumulate in varying amounts. In order to receive this money, I will provide the most efficient service within my power, delivering the maximum amount and the best quality of service as a salesperson for the service or product you wish to market. I am confident that I will eventually own this money. My confidence is so strong that I can see this wealth in front of me right now. It is now waiting for me to provide the services I have exchanged it for, and then it will be transferred to me on a pro rata basis. I am planning to implement a program that will allow me to accumulate this wealth. As soon as the plan takes shape, I will act on it. Read this statement over and over again every morning and every evening until you visualize the money you desire. Put this written statement in a conspicuous place where you can see it every night and every morning. Read it every day when you wake up and before you go to bed until you have it engraved in your mind. Remember that in carrying out these instructions, you are applying the principle of self-suggestion to give commands to your subconscious mind, and remember that your subconscious mind can act only when it is instructed by the blending of feelings and emotions, and when it is filled with passion. Of all the emotions, faith is the strongest and the most fruitful. The instructions may seem abstract at first, but don't let them distract you, just do them. If you think and act in accordance with the instructions, you will soon find that a new and energized world will unfold before your eyes. The three enemies of destruction: hesitation, doubt, and fear. Hesitation is fear. Having taught you how to create a plan for your wealth, you will inevitably encounter some skepticism when implementing this plan. Inevitably, there will be some skeptical voices in your mind when implementing this plan. But this is the time to combat those voices. The fear of hesitation will over time become a habit and evolve into anxiety. A restless mind is always helpless, and indecision is the culprit. Most people lack the willpower to make decisions. Even if you make a decision, it is difficult to start and finish, but once you decide on a clear course of action, you will not worry about any situation. For example, once you make the decision to stop worrying and move forward with the wealth you can earn, you will be free from the fear of poverty. Once you decide to accept the inevitability of death, you can leave the fear of death behind. You can stomp out the fear of criticism when you decide to stop caring what others think, do, or say. Decide that whatever life throws at you, it's not worth worrying about. Fear not only destroys your own chances of taking rational action, it also transmits these destructive behaviors. It also sends destructive vibrations into the minds of others, causing them to lose their minds as well. It also sends these destructive vibrations into other people's minds, depriving them of the opportunity to act rationally as well. 10 destiny-changing quotes to take you on the road to riches. 1. If a person has a clear goal and is determined to pursue it, he or she will create a completely different life. 2. Success only comes to those who have a successful mindset. 3. When dealing with others in the spirit of harmony, one learns invisibly the character, habits, and strength of mind of one's friends. 4. Experience has taught me that if one cannot become a truly great man, then one should get as close as possible to them in feeling and action, and imitate them. Faith is the key to successful imitation. 5. Many people give up when they are hit by a temporary shock. This is one of the most common causes of failure, and everyone makes this mistake all the time. 6. God always seems to favor those who know exactly what they want, as long as they are determined to do it. 7. Indeed, the saying "the heart wants what it wants" is very true. If you combine the ideal of the heart with a firm goal, perseverance, and strong belief in the achievement of wealth or other benefits, you are sure to achieve great things. 8. After analyzing the experiences of thousands of people, I have found that most people's ideas are not alive when they are first formed, but must be brought to life through clear planning and immediate action. 9. The subconscious mind will accept any instruction given to it in a state of absolute confidence, but of course these instructions often need to be presented over and over again through repeated transmissions in order for the subconscious mind to accept them. 10. We are the masters of our own destiny, the pillars of our own spirit, because we have the power to control our thoughts. Finally, it is worth mentioning that although the book Think and Grow Rich has been published for almost 100 years, its lessons and principles are still important values in modern society. People today still need to learn how to think, plan, execute, and create wealth in order to realize their goals and dreams. Therefore, this book is still a very valuable book that can help readers to change their way of thinking and behavioral patterns in order to achieve success and wealth. In short, whether you want to achieve success and wealth in your own personal life, help your business or team achieve success and wealth, or just want to learn how to think, plan, execute, and create wealth, then Think and Grow Rich is a book that is definitely worth reading and learning. Not only does it provide practical advice and important lessons, but it can also help you change the way you think and behave to achieve your goals and dreams.